Most of all, fuck you!
Nobody cared about who I was till I put on the mask. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's me, the one, the only Heartbreaker, coming at you with the COVID-19 virus, or whatever the fuck. Sorry, something happened on another thing. We're coming at you with another Punisher review! Punisher 2004, starring Thomas Jane and John Travolta. Let's talk about this movie, because this is my favorite Punisher movie, one of my favorite comic book movies ever made, and it has my favorite Punisher in it. I want to first talk about the plot of this film. So, Thomas Jane, FBI agent, goes to do this one last big bust. He gets it to where the guys are dealing, they sling the shit, they swing the money, and he makes sure that they got him, they got him on all charges, and Thomas Jane comes out, pulls out his weapon, starts planning to fire, and then, he pretends gets killed, and then John Travolta's son in the movie dies. Then John Travolta goes on this vendetta to try and find the guy who killed him, which he then finds out is Frank Castle / Thomas Jane. After this, Thomas Jane / Frank Castle goes to a dinner party with his family. John Travolta's men goes there and kills everybody there, including Frank Castle's wife and his son. A little different from this from the comics is that Frank Castle actually has a wife, a daughter, and a son. But they somehow get rid of the daughter. I wonder why. Oh, and they also changed out the backstory. Originally, Frank Castle was just a Marine. Sometimes he's a cop. Depends on which story you're talking about. But, yeah. Then his entire family dies, and then these guys, they beat him up, shoot him right in the chest, blow him up to smithereens, and then one of his FBI friends comes out and tries to help him. In this thing. He finds the shirt that his son gave him, which is this Punisher logo, and it's said to ward off evil spirits. Which is a nice nod to a recent Punisher story when that thing came out, where the Punisher actually did bidding for Mephisto, or like a demon of Mephisto. It was a fucking stupid ass story, but it was kind of fun. So then after that, John Travolta has sex with his wife, and Frank Castle finds every way to kill John Travolta. That's basic plot synopsis. I'm not going through the entire film because I actually haven't watched it in a few days, because the copy I rented from Family Video doesn't fucking work. Thank you, Family Video. Fuck you. Get your fucking shit together and let me buy movies in your goddamn store. I would have literally bought that movie if you guys would allow me to, but of course no. We can't allow people to buy what they want. We gotta let them rent it. We can make more money if we sold them, but who gives a fuck? Sorry, this is a little rant about Family Video. But yeah, I love this version of the Punisher. He's a planning god. He literally makes John Travolta think that his gay friend fucked his wife. Then he kills the gay friend, and he kills his wife, making John Travolta kill basically everybody in his own family without Punisher having to pull a finger. It's fucking hilarious. And the way John Travolta reacts, he's like, I made you kill your best friend. Shows picture of his best friend being gay. And throws earring that he gave his wife and says, I made you kill your wife. It's like, damn, Frank. I knew you were fucking brutal, but god damn, boy. Damn, boy. fucking mask is coming off. Gotta protect from the COVID. But, yeah. I just love that. I love Thomas Jane's voice. He's like, they thought they murdered me. They were wrong. Frank Castle is dead. Call me the Punisher. My baby sister does that. It's so cool. I love Frank's entire plan. You don't actually know it to the end, but his entire plan is fucking genius. He has everything. He sets up for everything. Puts bombs all over his fucking apartment. Puts a gun under a desk that he think he might never use. It's awesome. I love all the fights too. All the fights are fucking amazing. Especially the Punisher versus the Russian. Because this is the first time the Punisher actually fought someone who is legit a threat to Frank. And he fucks Frank up, dude. Frank throws a grenade at him. He whacks the grenade back at Frank. You know, Frank just keeps trying to beat him up, and he can't do shit. And then Punisher grabs this revolver that he had hidden, and the guy fucking grabs it, puts it on the table, and fucking smashes it. And Frank just looks at it, like, fuck. And then the guy is like stunned by Frank, and then he goes through the fucking wall. And then he goes down the stairs, and Frank's like, I'm fine. He's fucked. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I also love how they show Frank dealing with the grief of his wife. It's not that he's just killing the guys and being done with it. He's drinking himself basically to death. I mean, he drinks about at least 3 bottles of whiskey in the freaking movie, you know? Drinks a lot of Jack. And, I love it, dude. I love the flashbacks to when his family died, because it literally shows that Frank does care about his family. You know, most movies will let you assume that, but this movie tells you it, and I think it gives Frank a lot of soul. Punisher Warzone kind of does the same thing, but I think it does it a lot better. But yeah, I do love this one. I love how Punisher actually plans. You know, he literally makes a car just because he thinks it might come in handy, and of course this assassin guy comes after him, and it turns out to be coming handy. So this movie is primarily based off the Welcome Back Frank comic book by Garth Ennis, which actually is my favorite Garth Ennis story. Facts, ladies and gentlemen. I love Welcome Back Frank. But yeah, guys, it's Welcome Back Frank. I won't really get into it. You can watch videos online. But yeah, that's what it's mainly based off of. And I'm sorry, guys. It's hard for me to think, but this movie is just so great, guys. I've already kind of spoiled it all, and I've kind of talked about everything. Micro isn't in this movie, even though he originally was, but the budget got slashed, which if the budget didn't, I think this movie would be regarded very highly by a lot of people. But I do like the characters that they do put into this movie, because the characters come straight out of the comic book. There's this guy with a bunch of piercings, and he gets tortured in the movie, and Frank's like, why the fuck did you do that? I haven't done anything for you guys. And he was like, because you're family, Frank. You're family. It was like, I love that, dude. This is why I wish there was a sequel, so we get more of these characters, because the characters are so cool. And I love how Frank just doesn't react. He's just like, once he says family, you know, Frank just walks away, you know. But I love how Frank does care about the people in his block. Oh, and I'm going to end out with talking about this torture scene where Frank's like, whenever this thing touches the skin, the nerves die. The only thing you're going to be feeling is ice cold. And then he burns some steak, letting the guy think that Frank Castle burned his skin. And he pokes him with a freaking popsicle to make him think that he's torturing him. And he gets all the information. And it's fucking hilarious, dude. I love it. The movie is really funny. It reminds me of a comic book, you know. It's really good. A really good movie. the best Punisher movie I've ever seen. It's not as gory as Punisher Warzone, but I do think Thomas Jane does a lot better job. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. That's the end of this Punisher review. And fuck this mask, dude. Screw that shit. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.